6-game slate for Sunday, April 12th. Whether you're betting teams to try to make it into the playoffs or a specific player to hit a specific milestone, we got it all here for you. So let's do it. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Thank you for tuning in. I am your host, Exotic Wagers. We have a 6-game slate teed up for you for Sunday, April 12th. JD and Perlo are back in the house. How was your guys' Saturday, gentlemen?
Yeah, it was fine. It was from a betting standpoint not so good, and from a pure hockey standpoint and just life in general, not so bad. I mean, the Kings game was, not the most exciting game to attend on Saturday, but I don't know. Came home and had a relaxing evening.
And how about you, Perlo?
I think I was a little bit in the red, back and forth. That Pittsburgh stuff pissed me off. I didn't find out about it until it was like too late. Yeah, so that one hit hard. I mean, I had Philly, I had Vegas. I had a lot of stuff that hit, a lot of stuff that didn't. I don't know. I'd like to know what Askarov was thinking, chasing the puck in behind the net. That was he looked like a cat chasing a mouse. I don't know what the fuck was that. I don't know.
Yeah, it
But
was
San Jose would have put me green yesterday, but
it was the
didn't work
same
out.
kind of for me. I was a little bit back and forth. Pittsburgh, I was in that same boat. I bet on Pittsburgh, not knowing none of the players were going to be in, but that over still came in. And then I had the Knights, I had the Kings, and then I also had the Montreal Canadiens and a few others that lost. So I believe I was kind of in the red yesterday too. I got to tally up my week and see how I went, but today's kind of the slate. I'm kind of really don't have any bets in yet. I'm kind of hesitant and want to see after
Yeah,
kind of all those late changeups yesterday. A lot of my people ain't going to be getting my bets till about 30 minutes before puck drop, maybe even 15 minutes before puck drop. But a lot of my people know that I am very hesitant and they wait. So I always tell my people that tail my bets to know the schedule, know when games start, and always check my channel
I
10
got
minutes
three.
before the game. So
I got three words for you for today.
yeah.
Proceed with caution.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would totally agree. And as we get into this first game, that's going to be exactly what I'm going to be doing. So I will be talking with
Well,
caution to proceed with caution.
yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, for me, and I don't know how, I'll wait for you to do your lay of the land, but I'm focusing on one person and one person only today, with it being it's the final home game for the Washington Capitals.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah,
I would
probably should
I
be
would
doing that.
agree. And I was also looking at yesterday I should have done this and I didn't do it, but I was looking at OV3 and Ryan Leonard too and just doing those two together. And
Why not do Ovi for six yesterday, over 6.5?
yeah, I could have done that.
You would have
I could
won.
have done that. Yeah. So,
You're
but
no
I'll
good.
yeah, I have his 3.5 written down. That's the only thing I actually have written down for that. So I actually have Crosby written down too because I feel like if Crosby is back up in the lineup, wouldn't Crosby would try to maybe get his 30th goal on Ovi's last home game, kind of, maybe them last game
Yeah.
together if that is the case. So
A really nice tribute. I don't know if you guys caught what the Penguins PA announcer did the game yesterday. Did you hear that?
I don't know if I heard that, but I saw the video about Ovi, at the for the
Yeah.
opening of that
Thanks
game.
for 21 years, and hopefully, and see it. Hopefully, 22.
Yeah, with
That
all
was
the
really
thank
Yeah.
cool.
yous, with all
Yeah.
the yeah, I saw all the kids coming on the ice and all talking to him, and there was every type of fan, type of fan that
Yeah.
could come through and it was a really nice gesture and it seemed like Ovi really hit Ovi and he really appreciated it. So it
Yeah.
was a it was a good opening of the game for sure. But yeah, we can go ahead and get into it. We have like a 6 game slate. We should have plenty of time to get it done in an hour and a half or so. But I guess we can go ahead and just roll
Let's
right
go.
on to it.
Yeah.
It's not like anything's going to change between now and puck drop. So
No.
uh, let's go ahead and get into it. We have a 6 game slate on tap. The first game does not start until noon Eastern. And yeah, let's go ahead and let me get my timestamp real quick.
You mean noon Pacific?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, 3 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, I'm thinking my time.
I was like, did I miss a game?
This game
Or-
starts at 3 Eastern.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I had
Okay, good.
noon written
That
down,
gives
but
me.
I forgot, because I always talk to you guys in
Yeah.
Eastern because I never know what it is to everybody else. But I know what
Yeah.
Eastern is to me. So, all right. Pittsburgh is on the road plus 130. These two teams are an immediate back to back. Washington minus 156. Over under is set at 6.5 minus 134. That number is still trending to the up and to the over. It's been trending since it opened. Pittsburgh 41-23 and 16, 21-10 and 8 on the road. Washington 41-30 and 9 on the season, 24-11 and 5 at home. Head to head between these two teams, they have seen each other twice. Just wait, they don't have yet. Oh, yes, they do. Yes, twice. Yesterday was a 6-3 victory for Washington in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh sat a lot of their players. Pittsburgh's coming into this game 6-4, 9-1 to the over. I think that trend is even longer than that. I'm sure JD's got those numbers. Uh, Washington is 6-3-1 in their last 10. 7 of those 10 have trended to the over. So Washington also trending to the over here. As far as this matchup goes, in my opinion, yesterday I got burned. I believe some of us got burned. We were on Pittsburgh early. Pittsburgh announced, I think like probably 10, 15 minutes before puck drop that, half the team was sitting. So it's really, really, I don't have any bets in this game. It's going to be a really wait and see to see who Pittsburgh plays. I would assume Crosby plays. You would think that I know that there's been a lot of conversation about them asking him about Ovi's last game with him and that kind of stuff. So that would just lead me to believe that he's going to be in, but that's, I don't know. I really don't know. So, um, I don't know what side I'm going to be on. Pittsburgh played Shilovs yesterday, right? So it's going to be Jari. Is Washington going
Skinner.
to play? Or Skinner. I'm sorry,
J-
Skinner.
Yeah. They couldn't bring
Um,
Jari back. He wouldn't. Yeah.
yeah. Washington, are they going to play Thompson on back to back? I don't know if Lindgren's ready to
No.
go. We'll
No,
see.
they got the kid. They've got the kid up,
Oh, okay.
but they
I
could
don't
play
Yeah.
Thompson back to back. Who
Yeah.
knows? I don't think it really matters, to be honest with
Yeah.
you.
How do you guys see this one?
I see this game all about Ovi. Like that's it. It's his could be his final home game ever in Washington. So the one thing I do feel most comfortable about is I'll play an Ovi anytime goal. And look, you can get over 3.5 at plus 122, and you can, yesterday he had 7 shots. You can ladder up over 5.5 to plus $6. So that's the one thing that right now I've locked in.
Yeah. I would have to agree with that. I think I got it at plus 140, one something like
Okay.
that. But it is over 3.5. But yeah, I would do anything with that. I think also Ryan Leonard, he had I think 4 shots yesterday. I actually parlayed him
Yeah.
with Bertuzzi to get 3 each at, like, plus 700, and Bertuzzi ended up only getting 1. I also had
Yeah.
them
Don't even
parlayed at
remind me
2,
about that.
but,
I know.
yeah. And what really pissed me off was there was a shot on Bertuzzi where he was coming up off the boards, and he went right down the slot, and he shot it right on goal, and the rebound came right towards him, and he missed the puck to do the second shot right back in on the rebound. But, yeah, that one kind of, how do you guys feel about the over in this one? I know the Sunday unders trend, but,
Well,
it
last
seems
week
like the
it was
public's
four and
on it
two to the over. The trend
in
was
the
four.
morning.
Ended up. Yeah. The Sunday it was. We had 4 of the 6 games went over before 8 p.m. Eastern last Sunday. If that makes you feel any better
Yeah, I
about
bet you.
playing.
I put a little bit pregame on the over and both teams to score first period and stuff like that, but just a little bit. And just I can't avoid that trend, and I don't think I don't think they're going to kill each other blocking shots and stuff like this or grind it out this
Yeah.
game. Um, the playing Crosby or whatever. My friend Curtis, who's an excellent capper, he had Washington. He had it before he knew what was going to happen, but he went on his lean that they partied after the last game after they got and that he didn't know they were going to be out, but they thought they would be pretty sluggish after getting clinching a playoff spot. He was right. He had Washington yesterday. So Dubois is going to be out, and so is if that matters to anybody, Dubois and what's that defenseman?
Let's see.
I just saw it here.
Let's see.
Yeah, Clay Stevenson should be in tonight. So I mean, his last time he was okay, I guess. But Rasmus Sandin, and Dubois are going to be out. That helps if that says anything. But if I would go back to Washington here, but minus 159 at home, always possible last. The only thing is I always thought that for the organization that Ovi would do like a farewell tour because it can make the organization a lot of money. They've taken care of them very well. A farewell tour would help them quite a bit, I would think. But I
How
mean,
so?
he's got a family and stuff like that. It's
How
just
so?
like you get because it's big. You're gonna watch. People are gonna watch. You're gonna have
People are
more
going to
eyes
watch
on
anyways.
on.
People are
Yeah,
already
even more
anticipating
so.
that it
Like
is his last game. It's not. I don't think it changes anything. And this way, it
you don't
doesn't.
think
I don't
so?
know. No, no.
But
People,
if he doesn't, he
you're.
doesn't. He has a family and he has to make his decision, whatever he decides to do. I don't know, but
He doesn't
I
want to
can't
make this
I
about
can't
him.
say.
I applaud it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, if that's what he chooses, that's pretty cool too. That he does it that way. So I'm not saying one way or the other is wrong, um, but yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I got to take over shots. Probably all the rest of the bets in this game will be just little stuff that I put in there. Um, Putting Crosby and everybody back in today is kind of weird, except for the fact that, like you said, it would be cool to have Crosby and Ovi on the ice for Ovi's last game. But
Yeah,
if
that
they
would be
rested them the last,
yeah, like, I would take Crosby shots if he's in, and maybe a Crosby goalies. So if you're looking at milestone people, Crosby's or milestone players, Crosby's at 29, Rust is at 29, Malkin's at 19, and Strom's at 19. So those can be 4 players that you would, look at for goals maybe in this one. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have in this one. Wilson finally got his, what was that, 30th? Is that what he was looking for, I
Yeah,
think?
he got 30. Yeah,
So he got
he got
30
30 yesterday.
yesterday. Um,
Yeah, I think for the Penguins, personally, like I think the milestones are really not. If they play Crosby, it's a great story. I would have thought this. Who knows? Who knows? I I think for Crosby, the bigger milestone was him becoming what, is it, 21 seasons of over, being a point a game player. I think
Yeah.
that's more of a milestone for him. But
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see. But I think Ovi's the safest thing to me today in this game.
Yep. I would agree.
Is there
Okay.
still that TNT record for overs? Is that still a thing, or did that kind of fall off?
I
There
stopped
used to be that
stopped tracking
games
stopped
on.
tracking a long time ago. So I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
But I mean, those are 2 goals. If we think Crosby and Ovi are going to score, it's 2 goals.
Yeah. Okay. Let's keep it moving right along. Next game we have for the Sunday slate is the Montreal Canadiens on the road at a, where is the odds on this? Hold on just a second. Plus 102. New York Islanders at home minus 113. Over under is set at a flat 6. Montreal is 47-23-10 on the season, 23-8-8 on the road. Islanders are 43-32-5 on the season, 22-15-2 at home. Head to head between these two teams. They have seen each other twice this season, both in February and in March. First one was in Montreal, and the Islanders won that one 4-3 in overtime. And then most recently in Montreal, where the Canadians won that one 7-3. Before that 7-3 game, 5 games to overtime or extra time. Montreal's coming in on an 8-2 record, with 7 of those 10 going to the under. Islanders coming in on a 4-6 record, with 6 of those 10 going to the over. For me in this one, it's a pick'em game. You got Montreal. They're on the back end of a back-to-back. I'm still leaning Montreal here. Just with I know that they've already clinched, but JD, how are they on? How's Montreal on a back-to-back? I know this is kind of a game
They're
that
8-7 on the second half of back to backs. The Islanders are 9-6 on the second half of back to backs. Um, I wonder what Pete DeBoer does. Does Sorokin get back to back starts like we saw Patrick Waugh do? I like the over. Uh, Montreal's got that trend of they're 13-1 this year when they face a team that's got a goals against average below 2.9. Both meetings this year went over. Um, so I'm just over 6. I think is a nice. I'll take my chances. I think we get at least 6 goals. Um, and
it,
then talk about milestones. Matthew Schaefer's next goal sets an NHL defenseman record. So I took him, and he's got 3 goals against the Canadians in 2 games this year. So I took him at plus 360, and I took Caulfield, who's got 4 goals against the Islanders this year, grabbed him at plus 115. And then I did a parlay with Nick Suzuki for a point, Borowski with an assist. Suzuki needs 1 for 100. Borowski needs 1 assist to set a franchise record for assists by a Columbus defenseman. So I took that. I got plus 120.
I have written down Schaefer 3 shots and Suzuki point parlay. So that's kind of right in line with
There you
with
go. It's even,
kind of like
yeah.
what you're eyeing there. Perlo, how do you see or like this one?
I'm not really a fan of that travel spot for Montreal. Um, I think the Islanders have been humming in the first period. I kind of like the Islanders' first period here a little bit. maybe both teams to score first period. I think it slows down after the first period though. Um, it gets a little tighter, but Fowler over saves is something I'll be looking at whenever it pops up. The Islanders, ever since the Islanders have been shooting a ton, and I think that keeps up here. Montreal's been allowing a lot of shots as of late as well, and I don't mind the draw here. This could be a good draw game. Montreal gets a point. They go ahead of Tampa Bay, and the Islanders just I don't trust them to score lately, uh, especially since DeBoer took over. Just watching what they're doing, it seems like he's trying to focus on defense already this quickly with that team, with them, and they're trying to play a little tighter for Sorokin. Apparently, that was part of the reason why Wall got fired. That they didn't like the high danger chances he was constantly getting all the time. So they sort of to protect Sorokin. So I guess that would be kind of his mandate right off the top. So I do like Fowler over saves here, but I also like that Schneider and what you're saying,
Schaefer.
Suzuki Point, Schaefer Schneider, Schaefer,
You know what's funny
Schaefer
is
over shots.
lately,
He got over shots yesterday, and they seem to be going back to the point more than they were before when they were with Patrick Waugh. So
I don't know what it is lately, but I can't get is it Shifley? Shifley, right?
Shifley.
Shifley.
Yeah.
Man, I think with me just watching golf and you got Scheffler and you also got Shifley in golf, it's like every time I see when we're talking about Kyle Connor and Mark Shifley, I'm like,
Yeah.
I get hung up on his name because I don't forget who in the fuck I'm talking about. It drives me crazy.
just
But
like
Well,
me
you
for the
and
longest time. Sorry.
with what?
For the longest time, I couldn't get it out of my head that it was Kreider instead of Kreeder. I would say Kreeder
Oh,
constantly all the time. I couldn't get it out of my head. No.
Dre,
that's
you
funny.
should just like 10 times over try to say Shifley and Svechnikov.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's like my the how many woods could a woodchuck chuck
Right.
slogan. I just
Yes.
gotta say
Yeah.
there. I just gotta say those two. And I'd be screwed. That's hilarious.
So I see that
Okay.
Suzuki Point and Schaefer over 2.5. It's plus 109 at FanDuel. I don't know what price you got, and I was going to see what
I didn't
DraftKings was.
I hadn't submitted it yet. I just wrote down those two as an idea for a parlay piece. So I plus money, I
Well,
really like that because I was thinking it was
yeah,
going to be right around even money, and it's pretty close. It's at least it's plus. You said plus 109. I definitely like
plus
that.
109. Yeah, uh, at FanDuel. Yeah, minus 105 at DraftKings. So there you
Okay.
go.
All right. As far as milestones in this, Suzuki's sitting at 28 goals and 99 points. You have Barzell sitting at 19 goals, Anders Lee sitting at 19 goals, and Holstrom sitting at 19 goals. So that's what I have for milestones in that one. You guys got anything else, or we want to move?
I just look for the Islanders. Like, I mean, they're on life support. They're out if they lose in regulation, or if the Caps and Jackets win in regulation today. So um, I'm trying to, yeah, I don't know.
So this could be a
That's all I can.
I
situation
think
where
the
they're
Islanders
pulling a
are going to
goalie.
play with a lot of fun.
Wait, what's that?
I was
I
in,
think the Islanders are going to play with a lot of fire today for sure. No doubt about it. They have
Oh,
no
of course,
choice. They, you know,
100%.
and
that's why I like the Islanders in the first period.
and you're saying if they lose in regulation, they're completely out. So if they're down, you could expect them to pull the goalie early,
Yeah,
potentially. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just something to think about.
Yeah.
If you wanted to play
Even
like
if it's a
Montreal,
draw, they might,
I would say if you're going to play
actually, I should
Montreal,
probably
you
get
play
rid of.
them on the puck line. because if
Actually,
they're
I shouldn't.
Oh
I'm not going to play the draw then. I forgot about that because even if it's a draw, they'll pull a goaltender. Maybe they got to.
no, because they can go. No, they can win in
No,
overtime.
because they still can get 2 points. They can still get 2 points, right? Okay, yeah. Draw still
okay.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I would say if you like Montreal and you expect them to be leading, there's the potential to play the puck line because the puck line's almost plus 200. So, it might be
Yeah.
worth a split if that's something you're looking at towards that way. Okay, let's keep it moving right along.
By the way, if you want to, here's one to maybe sprinkle on. If you think that Montreal is going to win and the empty net comes into play, um, Jake Evans leads Montreal with 4 empty net goals.
Okay.
Makes sense. He would be on
So,
the ice for sure. Yeah.
so if you were to play like Jake Evans for last goal or a third period goal, just something else,
Yeah, get
um,
higher value on that side of it
yeah,
by doing it that
just
way.
to throw that out there. Um,
Okay.
yeah, I just because he's 20 to 1 for a third period goal.
Okay. All right. Next game on the slate, 6 p.m. Eastern, we have the Boston Bruins plus 125 on the road, taking on the Columbus Blue Jackets at home minus 150. Over under is set at 6.5 minus 122 to the under. Boston is 43, 27, and 10 on the season, 15, 16, and 9 on the road. Blue Jackets 40, 28, and 12 on the season, 20, 11, and 8 at home. Head to head between these two teams, Boston's won 7 of the last 10, and 7 of those 10 have trended to the under. These two teams have seen each other twice this season. In late February in Boston, Boston won that one 4-2, and then in late March in Columbus, and Boston won that one 4-3 in a shootout. Boston's coming in on a 4-4-2 record. You got Columbus coming in on a 3-6-0-1 record. Both of them somewhat trending to the under, not necessarily trending to the over. As far as goalies in this one, I believe we're going to get Corpusalo here, and looks like it.
I mean, who
They are,
knows? Who knows
yeah.
what they do? I mean, this is their season's on the line. Um, they're that was a they're 2 points back of Philadelphia. They have the tiebreaker with the Flyers. They both
Hmm.
have 2 games left. So I don't know. They go back to Greaves. It wouldn't surprise me. They've done it before.
Yeah, yeah, that's a big thing that I'm looking at because if it's Merge Leakins, now Merge Leakins been not as leaking as bad as he was, but he's doing okay. I would say he's been serviceable as of late, maybe. Um, yeah, as far as me and this one, like I would maybe be looking at Pasta for a goal. Like he's been
Yep.
sitting at 29 for a while. He's also
Yeah.
sitting at 99 points on the season. So he's just one away from 100. You got Geeky sitting at 38. And usually when he scores one, he scores two. So maybe looking at him for 2 goals. Um, but as far as the side, I can't take the Blue Jackets at minus 150 at home. Um, but I get why they're priced that way. Perlo, how do you see this one?
I believe I got it at a much better price than that. So,
It's
yeah, I
minus
got
one
minus
fifty.
one
Did you say
thirty.
250?
150.
No,
Oh, okay.
I got it at minus 130 last night. I think Columbus wins this game. I think this is an XL spot for Boston. I don't even know. Like, I wouldn't even play everybody. They're set. They got in. Um,
Well, they're
I wouldn't
not
even play
necessarily.
everybody in.
Why do you say they they have to decide if they want to be wild card one or wild card two, if they care.
Yeah. Do you want to play Carolina or you want to play Buffalo? I mean, but that 6-1 half dozen the other. You're not beating either one of them if Pasta gets injured.
Yeah, no,
Doesn't
you're
matter
right.
who you
That's a good
play.
point.
Pasta gets injured. And
Yeah.
That's the way I looked at it. It was like, take
Yeah.
don't you're not playing today, Pastor. Screw you. We're not taking a chance you get injured or something like that. So I wouldn't be playing anybody today, but we'll see what they do. I don't know. But either way, I think it's an exhale spot. Columbus has actually got something to play for. I think they're going to win this game. I like them in the first period, especially. That's where they're going to have most of their legs. Both of them, it's coming off a pretty not a good travel spot for Columbus, but I think they'll have a lot of energy in the first period. So I got them in the first period. I got them for the game, not for much. I just think it's just a better spot. They have more to play for, and a little bit on the team total over 3.5. With Corpusalo in Boston, if I am right, and they do sit people, Columbus could run this up a little bit. That's all I got. I didn't. Oh yeah, props. I didn't get into that much for props last night because you guys are more prop guys, better prop guys than me, to tell you the honest truth. So I like to listen to what you got to say about props.
Yeah, let me. I didn't look at any here because I want to look at trends for props, but I'm also hesitant just based on lineups because when there's late changes in the lineup, roles could also change. Um, and it's like for instance, like when you look at, say, for instance, the Penguins game for the many players that were out. Like I immediately knew that Raquel and Gina Klav are their finishers, like because they're just really good scorers and shooters. But then they turn around and only get 2 shots in each of the game in the game. So it's like, and then on the other end, I didn't think about when something that I should have thought about is when you only have 2 finishers, if the defense hones in on those 2 finishers, then obviously somebody's got to that allows somebody to be open and being able to shoot. So maybe it was, taking like somebody like Mantha that's usually at a 1.5 line. He probably covered yesterday. I didn't look to see if he did, but that's somebody that's in the lower line because they're focusing on Raquel and or not Crosby because he didn't play, but Raquel and other players like that. So just something to think about when you're looking at props like that. Because sometimes when there's people in the lineup, roles change, and then defenses can hone in or kind of focus on more players to try to shut them down, which allows you or allows other players to be open up, or maybe you can find value at a plus money prop when technically their trend really hasn't been going that way. But in this game, you're going to have the attempts and the availability to cash that prop. Okay,
Yeah,
we
watch
can.
this line too, because I mean it was minus 130 last night. It's already minus 150. Maybe it was people that know something we don't. And maybe what I'm saying might actually happen here. Boston just like 20 minutes before game time says everybody's sitting.
Well, wait a minute. The line's moving though towards Boston. Carlo.
No, it was minus 130 for Columbus last night, and it's minus
Oh, it was
150
minus
now.
130. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was. Oh,
No,
never mind.
it was minus 130 last night, and it's minus
Gotcha.
150 already this morning. So maybe
Yeah.
there's people that know something we don't out there.
Um. So what I wrote down here for this is I'm tying everything to Ovi when it comes to shot props today. So I got Boone Jenner over 1.5 and Ovi over 3.5 at plus 265. Jenner's had at least 2 shots in 4 straight games.
Oh, really?
I-
Good. See, that's
yeah.
what I like about you.
Morgan Geeky, you were talking about him earlier, Dre. He's got, goals in back to back, 4 total. Um, see who's in net for Columbus. I mean, he's got great numbers against Elvis, but remember, I mean, Geeky's just so streaky. So I got him right now. I looked at him. He's plus 250 for a goal. And if I'm going to play Geeky for a goal, I'm going to sprinkle on him for the first Boston goal. I mean, he's plus 750 for the first Boston goal. And then Fantilli's got 3 goals in 3 games against Corpusalo, and he's plus 190. So that's what kind of caught my eye.
I like that. I do like that. I think if I'm gonna take Geeky for a goal, I'll probably sprinkle him for 2. Um,
And Perlo,
just
to your point, actually, what also does make sense about the Bruins not caring. I mean, Ottawa has the tiebreaker, so even if they,
Yeah,
it it
yeah. They're
it
gonna
does
kill
make
themselves
sense.
to get to play Carolina or Buffalo. Yeah,
Right. There is less incentive for them to kill themselves if knowing that Ottawa has the tiebreaker.
yeah, yeah,
So if
yeah,
Ottawa were, yeah. I mean, even if they were, and Ottawa plays an hour later than Boston, so the Bruins won't know what's
yeah.
happening. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah,
Yeah, like I said, I mean, if any major person gets injured in this game, it's not going to matter who you play. Like Carolina or
right.
Buffalo, you lose McAvoy or you lose Pasternak or even Zaka or anything like that.
Yeah, I
So
yeah,
mean, it wouldn't even shock me if Postum did play, and let's say he gets a point in the first period, gets his 100.
sit them,
Goodbye, everybody.
yeah,
No, yeah,
yeah.
sit them.
yeah,
I wouldn't,
yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, yeah, why not?
yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me. So,
Okay,
all right.
let's move it right along. Can start talking about this next one. We have the Ottawa Senators on the road -126. New Jersey Devils at home +105. Over under is set at 6.5 -128 to the under. Got Ottawa 43, 27, and 10 on the season, 21, 15, and 4 on the road. Devils 41, 36, and 3 on the season, 2017 and 3 at home. Head to head between these two teams. They are 6 and 4 in those last 10, even 500 on over unders. These two teams have seen each other twice this season. Early December in Ottawa, where the Devils took that one 4-3, and then in late January in Ottawa, where the Ottawa Senators took that one 4-1. Ottawa's coming in on a 6-3 0-1 record in their last 10. Four of those 10 just turned into the over. Jersey 5-4 0-1 in their last 10. Six of those 10 have trended to the over. Um, as far as a side here, I'd be slightly leaning to Ottawa. I know it's gonna probably be Reimer in net with them on the back to back. I did see Dawes, I believe, is
Yeah,
confirmed.
Nico Dawes is starting. He's confirmed.
Yep. So it's
Yeah,
gonna
they
be
announced that on Friday.
Nico Dawes here for the Devils. Um, I know Jack Hughes has been trending to the over at home shots wise, but when you look at his head to head versus Ottawa, I think he's went four straight to the under. So that was something I was going to be interested in. But I lean to Ottawa here. I just don't know if I'm going to get there. How do you guys see this one?
Well, for me, like just to Perlo's point about the Boston game, I mean, this may be one of those where like Ottawa's got pretty much got this spot, they've got their position locked up.
Yeah,
Um Now, wait a minute though, I don't know, they're wild card two, right?
they
No, they're wild card
are.
one. Yeah, I'm sorry, they're wild card one. They control the destiny because they have the tiebreaker. So did they knock themselves out for this one? I I I I've got this is what I've got. I've got a Dylan Cousins, the Rich Cousins, Jake Sanderson point parlay at plus 134. Um, Sanderson's got what is it now? Points in four straight, 8 points in 11 games versus Jersey, and Cousins got points and assists in four straight. So I didn't get greedy and go Cousins assist and Sanderson point, but so plus 134. I like the over. You talked about Jersey's over numbers. They've gone over in 12 of their last 16. We get potentially two, a third string goalie for Jersey, and we get Reimer. Um, you know, I like the over. And then Jack Hughes, I will go for a goal. He does have 3 goals in 4 games against Reimer. And then coming back with Cody Glass for going for 20 today, plus 540 at Bet Rivers for a goal. Scored yesterday. Nice cash yesterday. So that's it.
What do you got, Perlo, in this one?
I think Hughes gets over his shots today. He didn't like as Grant is saying there, he didn't get him yesterday. I don't think Ottawa's going to kill themselves in this game, and they could sit people. I wouldn't be surprised either. Again, doesn't matter who you play if Chuck goes down or Stutzla or Sanderson
Well,
for that
and
matter. So I
well,
don't know.
and remember, Kachuk did go down yesterday. Didn't he got
Yeah,
stick in the face
Chuck's
yesterday?
probably not even going to play. Yeah, I got New
Right.
Jersey. I took New Jersey. I just think New Jersey. I just don't think Ottawa is going to be. Yeah, and New Jersey's at home. This is the last home game, right? So they're going to play probably hard. They've been playing well, even though they probably shouldn't for a better draft position. But they don't. This is a team that I don't think cares about that at all. So I like New Jersey. I don't mind the team total over for Jersey here. I don't think Ottawa's going to put too much of a fight in this game. So
Perlo, would
give
you
me New
stop
Jersey
saying
plus money.
players don't play for draft positions?
Definitely not this team.
No
They're certainly
team,
not showing
players
it.
don't play for draft positions.
What I mean by that is the organization is obviously very wanting concerned more with this team winning right now than they are worried about it. Obviously,
Yeah.
because they're not getting there's no energy in this team that they're giving up right down to the bottom line. So they're playing pretty hard. So I think New Jersey will play well here and win. That's what I mean by that.
Yeah, so
So, and I would look at Reimer over saves actually, even with New Jersey's just shooting from everywhere right now. They're shooting. So, and I like Hughes over shots, but I would look at Reimer over saves. Reimer, he probably wants to play again next year. The guy doesn't want to give up. He's 40. I don't know. Is he 40 years old? Maybe he can get a
He's
contract
he's
next year. He has a
64.
big game here.
I think he's
Yeah,
64.
feels
in
like it.
dog
Certainly
years.
feels like it, for sure. The guy's been around for a long time. So
He's
I have a feeling
38.
he'll put a good effort here, and New Jersey will get a lot of shots on Ottawa. So I like that.
Yeah, no, he's 38 years old.
He's
38.
getting
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah.
back to what I was talking about with Hughes, he's missed 5 straight, but when you look at his home splits, which also I was saying, he's hitting 6 straight at home, and 5 of those 6, he's had 5 or more shots. So he's averaging almost 9 attempts per game at home right now in his last 10, and his last 10 went 5, 4, 5, 2, 4, 8, 5, 5, 5, 5. So he's definitely hitting that number over. And to Perlo's point, if Ottawa is in a careless game here and decide to set some players, or I mean, even if some players play, they may be less hesitant to block some shots, just knowing that they've
Yeah.
somewhat got their sides locked in here.
With that in mind, I agree with the over in this game as well. Agree. I think it's like pond hockey type game. I like the over.
Okay. Get these things switched out. We can move it right along to the next game. Right. Next game we have here 6 p.m. or I'm sorry, 8 p.m. Eastern. We have the Vancouver Canucks uh, on the road plus 245. Anaheim at home. We've also liked Vancouver to score in the first period, and they didn't do it last game. So maybe we go right back to that. We got over under set at 6.5 minus 140. Looks like that's going to be rolling over to a 7 pretty soon. We got Vancouver is 23, 48, and 8 on the season, 15, 21, and 3 on the road. Anaheim is 42, 35, and 5 on the season, 24, 13, and 3 at home. Head to head between these two teams, oddly enough, Vancouver has owned them, winning 8 of the last 10. They are even 500 on over-unders. These two teams have seen each other 3 times this season. First time in Anaheim in November, where Vancouver won that one 5-4. Vancouver took the next one 2-0 in late January. And then in late March in Vancouver, the Ducks won that one 5-3. Vancouver is 2-8 in their last 10. 6 of their 10 have trended to the over. Anaheim is 4-5-1 in their last 10. 7 of those 10 have trended to the over. When I was looking at this one a little bit earlier before we started the stream, the immediate thing I thought of was Vancouver first period. Um, that, or I'm sorry, to score in the first period, not necessarily to win the first period, but that could also be something I'm looking at. I really didn't look further into this one because I knew that we were going to be talking about it and wanted to look further into it later today. But how do you guys see this one?
Well, Cutter Goche's back, so I've got him over 3.5 at plus 115. Maybe
Oh,
even put him over 2.5 in a parlay piece, and his goal prop at plus 160. Um, and then yeah, Vancouver definitely score the first period minus 126. You could look at both teams to score. I'd rather play both teams to score plus 152 than the first period over 1.5. I'd have to go in live because it's minus 158. And Yeah, I mean, there are a bunch of, but like Jacob Truba is what he's got at least 2 shots in 8 straight. Troy Terry's got at least 3 shots in 5 straight. Ronick has got at least 2 shots in 5 straight. So there could be some good shot props to look at. But this is a big game for Anaheim. They clinch a spot with a win today in any fashion.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
I love Goche. I just think, first game back, I think that guy's going to be just shooting, shooting, shooting. Especially against the Vancouver team on the back end of a back to back.
yeah. I like Carlson too. He needs one for. Doesn't he need one? Isn't there a milestone there too for Carlson?
Which Leo or John? One S or two S's?
Leo. Leo.
Let's see.
I don't mind John Carlson too. He's been ripping it up.
Well, he had the
So
hat trick. He got his first
That's
career
right.
hat trick
He's
last
at
game.
20. He's at 28, and they've got games left. Like I don't mind. Vancouver has nobody to stop him. Nobody. I could even play him for 2 goals here. Um, I like
Rude.
Leo Carlson. Uh,
yeah, you
I
got
just like Anaheim to crush this game. Absolutely fucking crush it. So I know that Vancouver to score a goal in the first period. Play the over 2 then, because I think this could be 3-1 after the first for
Okay.
Anaheim, and I like Anaheim team total over 4. Carlson, they got their goal scoring going a little bit last game. Hopefully they're feeling it. And second period 2 puck line for the Ducks team total over 1.5. I'm going to do that team total over 1.5 for both periods and puck line for the Ducks. I think they absolutely crushed this game. The over tells me that Husso is going to be in net though. That's the only reservations I have. I think Husso might be in today, which would be stupid. I mean, but Joe Stahl hasn't played all that well either, so I don't know. I don't know why they would put. This is a big game, like you said. Do you think they would go with their big guy? You got to keep going with him, even though he has been kind of struggling a little bit. I think you got to should keep going with them. This is a big game for them, but I think there's no mercy on Vancouver here.
Yeah, you got Cutter at 38, Carlson at 28, Troy Terry at 18, Michael Granlund at 19. There's some milestones that you can see there on Anaheim.
Leo on the third line. What's that? Rich says Leo's on the third line.
Let's see.
Let me check that out.
Uncle Leo. So Leo, well, from what I see right now, at least on Daily Faceoff, it shows Leo in the top line center's
Yeah, no, no,
Yeah,
position.
no. Yes, at practice yesterday, it was Kreider with Leo and Terry, Killorn with Granlund and Seneca. Um, and then they had Goche on the
Cutter.
third line
Yeah.
Goche
with
on the third
McTavish.
line. Uh,
Pardon?
yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
Goche on the third line.
Leo
Yeah.
was centering the top line. I don't know.
Goche played down there all the time anyway, so I don't.
Yeah.
They like to play him with McTavish. I don't think it changes anything for how many goals or shots or whatever he gets there. So I'm not.
Well, no, but I just think first game back after a layoff, I just think the guy's
Oh,
going
I
to look
agree with
good.
you. I'm on Goche for sure. Yeah, first game back is going to be shooting for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I
right,
liked
Steve.
Anaheim all over the place here when before I knew Goche was in. I didn't even know Goche was in today. So now I like him even more.
Okay.
All right. Let me get these switched over and we will keep it moving right along. Okay.
By the way, you can get that the first period puck line. You can either do minus a half at minus 110, or actually plus 102, or minus one at plus 235. But that would require, if you're playing Vancouver to score, then you need 3 from Anaheim to win.
All right.
Oh shit! BetMGM doesn't have any lines up for today.
Yeah, they're just as hesitant as everybody else.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Okay.
Wait, for which
That's where
game?
I'll probably for any.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, last game on the Sunday slate, 9 p.m. Eastern. We have the Utah Mammoth minus 162, Calgary Flames plus 134. Over under is set at a flat 6, minus 112 to the over. Utah is 42-31-6 on the season, 21-16-3 on the road. Calgary is 32-38-9 on the season, 21-12-5 at home. Head to head between these two teams as the Utah Mammoth. The Mammoth have won 4 of the last 5. 4 of those 5 have trended to the under. Utah is coming in on a 6-4 record. 7 of those 10 have trended to the over. Calgary 4-4-2. 6 of those 10 have trended to the over. For me, I I really don't know what I'm going to bet in this one. I thought about taking the Utah's team total, but I just don't know how much of an effort's going to be there. But just seeing that the under trend has trended both of these to the under head to head wise, although Utah has been scoring like crazy. And that was why
Okay,
I
I've got one for
originally.
you, Dre. Dre,
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna put your mind at ease. Okay, you don't
Okay.
sweat it out. Utah, Anaheim, money line parlay plus 113. This is a huge game for Utah because they can't afford to lose. The Kings could pass them for wild card one or Nashville, but LA right now is only 3 points back of Utah, and they've got an easy schedule. So
I
I
didn't think
I
about
think
that.
Utah, yeah. So I get you get Utah Anaheim at plus 113. That to me would be my best bet of the day.
And I would even be. I know Utah hasn't been the greatest on the road, but the way they're playing right now, like I would take Utah in regulation. Just Calgary has not been great. I mean, they've only scored 2 goals in their last 2 games, and they just played Calgary.
Yeah.
I mean, they just played Seattle. So, I mean, I understand only scoring 1 against Colorado, but I think Utah's been playing great, and I might go right back to that team total, just knowing what JD just mentioned about their staying in wild card one, and knowing that they've scored like just recently, yesterday, they only scored one against Carolina, but their 5 games
Yeah.
before that, 6-6-7-6-4, and their team total is probably going to be at 3.5. So this is
But
only
here's
a
the
six.
thing:
Go ahead.
why I wouldn't play them in regulation is that it's plus 105. I can get them just to win the game and Anaheim to win, and I'm getting a better price.
Yeah, I agree.
So I just think that like just play them on the money line. If you're thinking about Utah in regulation, I think the better play is Utah Anaheim, just to both to parlay and a win, both to
Yeah,
win.
I like that. What are you
Okay,
thinking,
I'm sorry.
Perlo?
I just
No, you're good.
Put a new. I didn't even think about the Utah could get picked. Could get LA if they lose their 2 games and LA wins, they could lose that spot and then have to play Colorado. I wasn't even thinking about that because I had Calgary, but because it's a terrible travel spot from Utah to Calgary on a back to back after that Carolina game. But with that in
it's a
mind,
day
I
game
don't
though.
know if I.
Yesterday,
Yeah, I can't get there. I don't mind the draw, but I could see that because if even if they get a point, they're probably good. I kind of like the draw. I think Calgary's going to play. Like, do they have? Is this their final home game, or do they have another one after
no,
this?
no, they've got three, 2 or 3,
Oh, okay.
because they have LA. LA's their
Yeah,
final home game.
yeah. It's going to be Wolf because Cooley played last night
Yeah, it's
against.
Wolf tonight.
Are they
There's
going
an
to go
L in
back
his
to
name.
Vamelka again? Or are they
No,
going
I
to
would.
play? They're going to go back to Vamelka again, or are they going to play
I don't know.
Van
It
Vanacek? Um,
Let's see.
yeah, that changes things up for me. I'm not really a big fan of this game, to tell you the honest truth. But no, I'm leaning more Utah with when you tell me all that stuff. When I realize all that kind of stuff too, that they do need to, because then they got to go back home and they got Winnipeg and St. Louis. They only need
right.
one win in all of those, right? They
No,
win
they
once.
need 3 points. They need 3 points. 3 points will guarantee them wild card one. So if you win tonight,
No,
then all you need is to get 1 point in the next 2 games, and you should have wild card one.
yeah, yeah, they probably win it then. I would say anybody trying to win the Flames should beat the Flames, even in that travel spot. So it's too bad. It was a good. I wanted the Flames there, but I can't take it now. Um, yeah, so
Well,
that parlay
Calgary's also
sounds good.
traveling, Burlow.
Yeah, it's not. It wasn't. What was that travel spot?
Seattle.
Seattle. Yeah, it's not anywhere near as Seattle. Seattle's like right there, pretty
Yeah,
much.
but
Not far away.
Utah to Calgary is only an hour and 53 minutes. By
Yeah,
the way, it's a short
going into
it's a short
Canada
flight,
and all that. About 2 hours, something like that. Yeah, I don't mind
or
Utah
hour
here.
and a
It's
half. It
fine.
says.
I'm probably just gonna fade the game. Something in my gut doesn't like this. Going to Calgary and then having to go back home
Uh,
again, the island spot and all that kind of stuff like that. Something that doesn't like this for some reason. I don't know why.
by the way,
Sometimes when I'm
Dostal,
feeling
according to
like this, I'll
practice
just
yesterday,
Those.
Dostal, from practice yesterday, Dostal was in the starter's net.
Okay.
okay, good. Yeah,
So I looked up
I would have.
VTech's number versus Calgary. He's 4-2 with a 301 goals
Yeah,
allowed and an 899 save percentage. I was just looking at his numbers to see if I could get to an over because it is at a flat 6. So, Calgary before going into that little slump, they were at least scoring 2 or 3 goals per game. So I thought maybe that they could, you know, get some to the over. But looking at their head to heads, like they've only scored 1 goal in a lot of those, like
yeah.
four of those games. So, um, or 3 of those games. So I don't know if I can get there, but if anything,
I'll,
it would
prob-
be an over.
I would probably live bet this game That would probably be about ideal. See how Utah's comes out right out of the gate. See how it goes. But um, I'm sure if I want to take Utah team total over with Wolf in net, maybe Utah will shoot a lot. Wolf over saves might have a decent shot. Actually, taking Calgary, one thing that they will do is shoot. Just Utah is a good shot suppression team, so something like that. But right now, I almost lean the draw if I was going to do anything here because Utah gets a point here and then they got two at home or something like that. It's hard to say. I don't like him in regulation, that's for sure. Money line and if you're going to take Utah, I agree with that. Anaheim Utah parlay is probably a good bet.
Yeah, I was looking to see if there was any milestones in this one, but I don't see.
Yeah, you got Coleman and Farabee, both one away from 20. Gunther's two away from. Isn't he two away? Wait, no, he's got 40. But Gunther's got 2 goals in 4 games against Wolf, and Alex Kerfoot's got 2 goals in 3 games against Wolf. He's plus 550.
Gunther to
And then I
score
wrote
makes
down,
sense. He's an Edmonton boy. He hates Calgary. I could see him scoring here.
and he's got 6 goals in his last 7 games, goals in back to back. And I can't believe I've been sleeping on this one, but both Sergachev and Keller on 7 game assist streaks. You could parlay them at plus 152 to each get an assist tonight.
I like that. Sergachev is
But
back on his shot train too, but I know he's on the road now, so
yeah,
That freaking Calgary empty netter against Colorado. That was unbelievable.
what do you
What
mean?
a shit show. When they gave up the empty netter to Colorado, they were 2-1, and the play that gave up the empty netter, that was fucking ridiculous. Holy shit. Talk about what a shit show that was. Did you watch that?
Yeah, but I don't. No, it doesn't stand out to me. I don't know what you're.
Oh, they just fumbled the puck all over the place, handed it on to McKinnon. I think it
Oh,
was McKinnon, and it was just brutal. And I had plus 1.5 for Calgary. I was like, fuck yeah, okay.
okay. That's why you're lamenting it. Okay.
Yeah, I had plus
Well,
1.5.
so weren't you even more upset when the goal was taken back on the offside?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I wasn't more upset. That was obviously an offside. I was more upset
Yeah,
that
they
they
should have
couldn't
just given it to the
not hit
guy.
an empty
Poor
netter, and
kid.
I got the plus 1.5. And the play that actually had it happen, it was like, "Oh, you take it." Fuck. Unbelievable.
well,
Yeah.
and that is it for a 6-game card for
All right.
Sunday, April
Party on.
12th.
One more thing I forgot about
Go
that.
ahead.
Backlund over shots. He's been shooting since they put him on the top line. That's not a bad look.
Okay. I
Backlund
will
over
definitely
shots.
look at that. But yeah, that's a 6-game slate for Sunday, April 12th. And then tomorrow we have
Like
I
9
mean,
games.
9 games. So, and that'll be
Killing me.
that we're going to be on Perlo's channel tonight. So
Yeah.
we will be over there 10 p.m. Eastern. And
Ish.
Pelham, where they can find you, Perlo.
You can go over to Perlo's NHL POW and you go to the top of the board there. You can get some of the finest baseball and NHL picks in the land pinned to my profile. And you can get that for $80 a calendar year for the rest of your natural life, as long as you don't cancel. Or for premium and for VIP, $50 for life for a couple days, because as soon as playoffs
What's the
start,
difference,
that's all
Burlo?
it's all about.
Burlo, what's the
The
difference?
premiums get premium goalie props and premium shot props, and
What do they get? Do they get
VIP
anything special for baseball?
for baseball. They both get baseball picks. I'm not gonna give them anything. There's nothing really special there. He doesn't really have a premium Like, and that's Swag. Swag is doing that. He's going to be starting his own baseball package that you can be looking out for. But if you get it, you get all of his picks. If you buy it now, you just get all of his picks if you buy either one of them. But the premium get all my goalie props, because I'm like premium goalie props this year, save props. I'm 26, 6-1. So I hit really good with my premium goalie props, and premium shot props as well. So that's the difference that you get for the two of them.
All
Okay,
right.
Okay.
Rachel will
Thanks
do
for. All right. There you
highlight.
go.
And yeah, we're all gonna be going over to the Ice Guys right after this, watching that too. So go check those guys out. They're awesome too.
Yeah. And JD, you got a radio spot tonight?
I got a TV. Well, VSiN TV or and radio, however you decide to consume it. You can catch it 9:30 p.m. Pacific time on VSiN, and so on Sirius XM channel 158, or streamed on various platforms like YouTube TV. So it's at 9:30 p.m. Pacific tonight,
Yeah,
and then tomorrow
easiest way.
Monday
Oh, go ahead.
on Sirius XM at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern.
Yeah, I was the first time I was looking for it. It was easy enough to just download the VSiN app, and then it
Yeah,
has all the streams right on there, and you can click on
yeah,
each one, or you can just listen in on whatever's live or watch
yeah.
whatever's live. So
Or watch
that was
whatever's
the
live.
easiest
Yeah,
for me, uh, rather than trying to figure out where it was. But
it's
okay.
very easy. All right.
All right. We will, like I said, we will be back tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern, over on Perlo's channel, breaking down that 9-game slate. But for JD, Perlo, I'm Exotic Wagers. Thank you guys for tuning in. Have a great Sunday and good luck on all your bets. See ya.